Greetings, beautiful people. Welcome back to Find XYZ. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe. We are still on the road towards the 2026. Let's try this word problem. Dr. Oforisapon leaves 1 out of 2 of his estate to his wife, 1 out of 5 to his son, and shares the remainder between his daughters in a ratio 2:3. If the younger daughter, who gets the smaller share, receives 12,000 Ghana cedis, we are tasked to calculate the total value of the estate. Let's dive in. Now, let's assume that this is the total value of the estate. He decides to give 1 out of 2 to his wife. This is 1 out of 2 that is going to the wife. What is left? That is 1 out of 2. This is already gone, right? This part is gone. This is whatever is left. Then he gives 1 out of 5 to his son. So what I'm going to do is that if this is 1 out of 5, this is 1 out of 2. I want them to have the same denominator so that I can compare. So 5 and 2, I can multiply this by 2 and this side by 2 by creating equivalent fractions. So 1 times 2 will give us 2, 5 times 2 will give us 10. Similarly, I'm going to create an equivalent fraction of 1 over 2 to also have the same denominator as 10. So 1 over 2, this times 5, this also times 5, and that will give me 5 out of 10. So this 2 out of 10 is going to be taken from 5 out of 10. Just like when you have a bread, the number of times you divide it doesn't affect the size of the bread. So think of it like that. So let's assume that this is 2 out of 10. So this is 2 out of 10. That is going to who? The sum. Then what is left? If we have 5 out of 10, we have taken 2 out of 10. We are left with 3 out of 10. Now the 1 over 2 can also be expressed as this times 5. This also times 5. That will give us 5 over 10. So the 3 over 10 goes to who? That is the remainder, goes to his daughters. So it means that 5 over 10 of the estate is going to the wife. Then 2 over 10 is going to the son, and then 3 over 10 is going to his daughters. If we put everything together, 5 out of 10 plus 2 out of 10 plus 3 out of 10, it will give us 10 out of 10, which is the estate. So we have established that side. Then we know the share that is going to the daughters were put in a ratio 2:3. So if we have 2 daughters, this is 2:3. That is going to her daughters. So in all, we are going to get 5. But we know that the younger one receives 12,000 cedis. What is the smallest ratio? That is 2. So we know 2 is equivalent to 12,000 Ghana cedis. So what is their total ratio? That is 5. It's also equivalent to what amount did they get before sharing? We don't know. So let's represent that with A. Then can cross multiply and say that 2A is equal to 5 times 12,000. That will give us 60,000. This divided by 2. This also divides by 2. So we have A to be equal to 30,000. So it means that the amount that was shared among the daughters was 30,000 Ghana cedis. Now, watch closely. You can see that this is out of 10. This is also out of 10. This is also out of 10. It means that the whole estate is 10. Then we know that 3 out of 10 is for who? The daughters. So I can say that 3 is equivalent to 30,000. Then what will be 10 that is representing the whole estate be equivalent to? We don't know. So let's represent that with B. Then we can cross multiply and say that 3B is equal to 10 times 30,000. That will give us 300,000. Then we divide this by 3. We divide this by 3. What is B? B will give us 100,000 cedis. So it means that the total value of the estate is giving us 100,000 Ghana cedis. Now let's find out whether this is true. If I take 5 out of 10 times 100,000, that will give us 50,000. That is obviously half of 100,000. Then if I take 2 out of 10 of 100,000, that will give us 20,000 cedis. And we obviously know the total amount for the daughters, that is 30,000. So in all, we have 100,000 Ghana cedis. That is all I have for you. If you found this helpful, kindly leave a comment, share this video, tag your friends. I'll be back with another video. Until then, I'm out.